Hello and welcome to the second part of that video series. In the first part I was talking about that there are no aliens, that there are always demons. Now in this part I want to elaborate on a flat earth. And some of you will think, well, Roland, you're crazy. Well, guess what? It's all part of the plan to make people believe that the ones that believe in flat earth are crazy. It's all part of the plan. But I did my research over the last years because I had time. I was lucky to have a job where I can also have time for these kind of things, to look for the truth and study the Word of God. Because it's all part of the plan, so you don't have enough time to do that. Anyway, so I want to get right into that. First of all, why would people first know that the world is flat and then change it? Keep in mind that people try to make profit as much as possible so they have more power. Because those people who have a lot of money, they have a lot of power. Okay, so they can make people do whatever they like. So they figured out back then, wait a minute, they got together, all these Freemasons, all these people, they figured out a way, because they have time, trust me, if you have so much money, you have time. So they gathered and figured out, wait a second, maybe we should tell the people that, or come up with a theory that is so whack, that is so believable. And if we repeat it enough times, and put that stuff already in a school, when the children are 4 or 5 years old, put a globe in the classroom, then it's more likable that they believe it. So we can make more money. I will get to the point why. So NASA, for example, collects lots of tax money. So a lot of money goes in there. So people who work, your average worker, they get the money stolen from the government. You know, the Bible was talking about tax collectors, that they are fraudsters, no, like thieves. Tax collectors are thieves, according to my Bible. Because a lot of tax money goes to the wrong places. Don't get me wrong here. Lots of tax money goes also to the right places, yeah? Making roads and whatnot. But don't you believe that all tax money goes to the right places? No. So they figured out a way. Let's make the people work for that lie. So why is the earth flat? I don't want to bore you too much, I'm sorry if I jump too much, people. But that's just how I talk. So why is the earth flat? I give you simple arguments right now. And you have to think outside the box, because you have to keep in mind that they brainwash you so much that you're in a bubble. So you tend to bring arguments for a round earth within that bubble. You need to expand your mind and think like from scratch, okay? Use your logic. Look. Now if you look at the sky, sometimes you see the sun shining through the clouds, correct? And the light spreads like this. I hope you guys get it. Maybe I can explain it here, right here. Let's find something here. I hope you guys see it. This is the sun. Okay, this is the sun. Okay, that's the sun. That's the stone. So these are the clouds, okay? Now the sun shines through like this, right? You see the sunlights like that, like all over the place, like this. Now it doesn't make sense if this is the sun and that's the earth, size-wise, yeah, officially. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the big sun, okay? It's not completely proportionate, but you get the idea. That's the sun, and that's the Earth. So the sunlight, according to the official explanation, should be like this. It should be straight. You understand? So the sunlight, boom, would be like this. But that's not what you see. So the sunlight goes actually like this, right? You understand? Bam, 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 and then you see it. I hope you understand. So that means, actually, on a flat Earth, it makes more sense on a flat Earth model that the sun is actually way smaller than the Earth. You understand? And the moon too. So it rotates like that. You can look up flat Earth models, but real ones, people, not the ones that are first recommended by Google and YouTube. You understand? Because these people also work for the dark side. Many of them, like Vsauce and whatever, they're just paid. You know? Don't you believe that people on YouTube are not also, that some of them are not working for the dark side also? They just sell out. A lot of them. You know, if you give a bag of money, they can say a lot of things. Anyway, number 2 reason that the Earth is flat is when the pilots are learning to fly, they learn in the paper that they get, it's written, assume that the Earth is flat. Now, why would you do that? Why would you state something like that? Assume that the Earth is flat. Listen, if a plane lands, if you expect the Earth to rotate at 300 whatever meter per second, that means that the airplane should fly like this, and on the Earth should rotate like this. You understand how to put this? That means the plane is flying and the Earth is rotating. Boom. That means the pilot needs to calculate like the rotation of the Earth while landing. It doesn't make sense at all. So the Earth is stable, it's flat, the pilot is landing, boom. Now people will argue, how do you see the horizon, like, you know, bending in the plane windows? This is a fish bowl. They're like a bit bended, so it appears to be like that. Okay? Now the third argument that you need to know is the private rocket launch. I think it was in 2010 or something. Look up the private rocket launch and not the one that is government owned. And there you see these, I think they were flat earthers, and they sent their rocket with 2 GoPro cameras. So that rocket was flying. Flying. You see no curvature, nothing. It's all flat. It's all flat. And it just goes and goes and goes. And guess what? Now surprise, surprise, surprise. That everything leads you back to the Bible. At some point, the rocket stopped. Boom! It hit a ceiling, which is called the firmament, which is mentioned in Genesis. God created the firmament. It's so it's so unbelievable to believe this if you grow up in the system that teaches you all the time, repeats all those lies for years and years since you were a child, repeats those lies, and then you hear something like that, you must think you're crazy. But guess what? Propaganda works. And the Nazis knew about that too. So that's why they repeated the lie over and over again until the people started to believe it. We have that with a lot of things. So, you know, but if you do your own research, your own logical reasoning for these things, you find out, wait a minute, that is weird. Okay? Now, another argument is the Nikon P500, I believe, or 1000. That very good camera from Nikon that lets you zoom in and out like lots of meters, okay? So the scientists claim that the curvature has like, no, I'm not good with numbers, guys, you know? So that, you know, the curvature starts to occur after certain meters. Well, cool. How is it possible that with that camera, when you zoom in, a ship that's supposed to disappear under the curvature starts to appear again? And you will find enough video material about that. Okay? So, just so you know. Also, another argument is, again, back to the planes. There was an emergency landing. You can check it out on YouTube. Emergency landing that proves flat Earth with that pregnant woman. Because on a round Earth, it would not make sense to land on that particular place on a round Earth. But on a flat Earth, it would be right on the way, that emergency landing. So that woman gave birth apparently on that emergency landing place. So that's another thing. Now let me think about something else. There's another thing. There's an Illuminati card game that came out 1995 by a guy called Jackson. Now, I always like to go to the roots, or to find out the person. To find out the person, to go back to the roots and to find out the person who is responsible for a certain theory or a game or whatever. So I analyze these people. I look at their pictures. I look at how they act, how their body language is, and what they actually do. So before you know already about the Illuminati card game, you have to know about Mr. Jackson. Now, Mr. Jackson, I saw an interview of him talking about this card game. Now, with him was a very young lady, pretty woman. Now, Mr. Jackson, if you look at him, you know that guy needs to earn a lot of money to be with that kind of girl. And the way he was talking with her, you can see, and the way she was talking with him, you can see that, you know, he has the money and she likes the money. You understand what I mean? So keep in mind now with what does it mean, Roland? If you check out the Illuminati card game, pay close attention what is actually in that game. Predictions of events that happened. The 9/11 attacks. Look it up. That card game was from 1995. The 9/11 attacks happened 6 years later. 6 years, by the way. The Satanists love the number 6, don't they? Now, another thing, why a flat Earth? Sorry if I jump too much. But the flat Earth is also mentioned in that Illuminati card game. You understand? So, and then it's written, the flat earthers, they know something, but they're being ridiculed by the world. It's all planned. It's all planned. Now back to Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, analyzing all his body language and everything, this guy is one of them. An old guy that talks like that to a lady like that is above Freemasonry. He is at least Freemason, at least, I don't know, I give it 32 degree. and then something else, whatever wicked stuff they do above that, like OTO and what other trash they do. Maybe he's even part of the Illuminati as well. Okay, now you have that in mind. So the flat earth is very real, people. And it's all planned that people shy away from mentioning that. But I'm not afraid to tell that it is the truth. It is the absolute truth that the earth is flat. And there are many other reasons that point towards that. But it is just the truth. And the people at the top, they don't want you to know that. Because there's way more money in living a lie. There's way more money in lies. Praise the Lord. A godly life doesn't need a lot of money. No. And you're more fulfilled. Praise be to the Most High God. Thank you very much for watching. Leave some comments if you like. I would like to answer some questions that you have about flat earth. Keep in mind, really think outside the box. Because that box was created systematically by those at the top who want to stay at the top. Because I know that power is very addictive, very addictive. It's very difficult to break free from that. So yeah, be blessed everyone in the name of Yeshua. Shalom.